Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a regular here. This is the continuation of the Idaho 4 series of readings, and I'm about to pull the next name out of the jar. First, a couple of you have reached out to me to say that they've looked for, or they've gone to Otter Spirit to get one of these beautiful selenite spheres, and they're out of stock. Of course they are. However, they have spoken to the lovely Otter Spirit family, and they said that they are getting more in stock. So whether they continue the discount, I don't know. You can still use my discount, of course. However, don't be put off, because you've still got a couple of days left. You've got today, tomorrow, Sunday, and there's some amazing spheres on there. I've got my eye on the garnet one. Go over there. They do a garnet sphere, they do amethyst, they do aventurine, they do multi-amazonite, they've got pyrite, they've got clear quartz, they've got rose quartz, they've got, which I think is actually out of stock, they did have a black obsidian one as well. But there's lots to choose from. I'm like so excited. I'm like, which one do I get next? And I've got my eye on garnet next. So yeah, just put this on your list for later and go and pick something else instead. Don't miss out on that Black Friday sale. Okay, let's get going. Who's next? Interesting. The next person I am reading for is Kathy Mabbott, who is or was the my mind's just gone blank. Didn't she do the autopsies or something like that? Hold on, I've got to remind myself. Oh, she's a lawyer. Coroner. She's a coroner. She's a coroner. So it was her job to sign the death certificates. And I presume she was in charge of the autopsies as well. She turned up at 1122 King Road. She had to go there in person. This is going to be interesting. Okay. So we're starting with the Clarifying Life Situations deck. First two cards. The first card, Cloud of Unknowing. Float on the clouds of the unknown. Surrender to the mystery and embrace the sacred within. And then we have planning phase. Take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so you may turn your goals into reality. Okay, so I mean, it feels quite innocent. Cloud of Unknowing is makes a lot of sense in regards to if she did turn up to the house to pronounce life extinct and write death certificates. I don't actually know if she did or she didn't, but either way, she's turned up, and the first sense is a cloud of unknowing, like what on earth happened here. And it's almost like it's what drives her, it's what fuels her, this kind of thing. It's like the more there is to unveil, the more she's invested in it, if that makes sense. The less there is to understand, the more she wants to reveal it. The planning phase is, again, makes sense. It's just kind of like, okay, now we have to make plans about next steps. So far it feels okay. So the next deck is the Revelations Oracle. Sorry guys, I just paused because I just realised that my volume might have been a little bit low because I hadn't adjusted it after doing a live reading. So Revelation Oracle. So we've got fearless and creativity. So she might be a Leo. First of all, I might be picking up Leo energy with this card. But she feels like a strong energy, someone who doesn't get distracted easily, or I feel like she's very good at what she does. She's very focused at focused in what she does. Creativity, I have no idea how that fits into being a coroner. Hopefully it doesn't, because you're not going to be making things up, I hope. The next deck is the Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle. Wow. So the first card is Evidence. And the next card is Swamp. This tells me that the autopsy uncovered a swamp of evidence. It's like there's a multitude of evidence on these bodies. Just got to let George in. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's like he's forgotten how to use the cat flap for some reason. So next deck is True Intentions deck. Way too many cards, but I will shuffle the ones that have fallen out. So we have status. Social standing is very important to me. I'm only interested when you're elevating my image. Oh, that's not good, is it? False promises. I will tell you what I think you want to hear, even if I know it's not true or attainable. Not what I was expecting. Let's do another one. I'm sorry. I feel terrible about what I did, and I owe you an apology. What did she do? What did she do? Did she fall in with the rest? Did she fall in with the lies? Did she get manipulated? So, yeah, Path of Shadows is next. Sorry, guys. I can't pick it up. Oh, God. You know when your nails can't grab something. Okay. Squeaky, squeaky. Okay, so we've got skull. Oh, God. Sorry, just the significance of that's just hit me. Skull, transcendence, intuition, power. So something significant about one of their skulls was their injury to the skull itself. I know that they were head injuries, but it's like maybe there was impact to the skull, something like that, to one of them. If I can pick up who this is. And then we've got Jinn, J-I-N-N. As magic unfolds, a risk as high will arise. Wishes will be granted, but beware the design. Whose skull is this? Maybe we'll find out with the clarifying cards. Next is... Oh gosh, I'm dropping everything today. How did that one end up on the floor? Okay. This is a crime scene investigations deck. Oh my God, what is wrong with me today? Okay, we have dating history or killer knew of victim. Dating history. What's that got to do with Kathy Mabbott? This crime will be solved in the distant future. Great. Sorry guys, I need these facing me for now. Dating history or killer knew a victim. I mean, dating history or, those are two very different things. Like dating history or the killer knew of the person. Like there's two opposite ends of the scale here. You may as well just not have written anything. And I don't know which victim we're talking about either. Let's do the tarot. Seeing an image of like two bodies that have been wrapped up in like cotton sheets, almost like where, you know, where a body is almost like swaddled. That's what I'm seeing, but I'm seeing two laying side by side, and there's one person walking between them. I can't quite see. It's the person's too far away for me to be able to identify them, but I'm seeing two bodies that have been wrapped. I don't know why I'm seeing that. So I don't know if that's how they wouldn't be presented like that, because surely there'd be fibers that would could get entangled in the, I don't know, it's just, unless it's plastic, it could be plastic, I suppose. Maybe I'm assuming it's fabric. So yeah, it could be white plastic sheets they're wrapped in. But I'm only seeing two. I don't know if that's what's significant, is that it's almost like once they're back at the, um oh, for goodness sake, I've forgotten the name of the place where you do the autopsies. It's almost as if I'm seeing that room, but I'm only seeing two people, and I don't know which two. Anyway, back to the clarifying. Cloud of unknowing and planning phase comes in with the Page of Pentacles. And Queen of Pentacles. That's interesting because it's almost like she had to refer to during during the actual autopsy, she had to keep referring to certain guides to because something was confusing her. Something didn't make sense, or something she didn't know, or she was something to do with hands or the fingers, something she saw in someone's hands or fingers, which was like, I've not seen this before. I've not seen this. And she's had to look it up. And then the creativity and fearless, clarified by the Hermit reversed. Sorry, I do keep forgetting to show you these cards. The Hermit reversed. And the Six of Swords. She wasn't left. It's like she had people watching over her during this, during this autopsy. It's like people were watching her, monitoring her, keeping an eye on her. She wasn't allowed to be alone to do the autopsy. It's like as if she had to send a draft copy of the autopsy to someone first so that they could approve it and or not approve it. And if they didn't approve it, they'd send it back asking her to make adaptations or adjustments. Which I don't know is normal practice or not. But this doesn't feel above board, put it that way. Six of Swords. Wow. So it's as if she's picked up evidence of 6 different unknown DNA samples that haven't been already matched to people that are in the house. 6. One of which was ended up being identified, and I don't know whose DNA that was, but it ended up being identified. The other 5, however, still unknown. And it was deliberately, let's be creative with the report, that those was never disclosed that there was 5. I think it's been disclosed that, I don't know how many it's been disclosed that there's certain evidence of DNA on the bodies, because this would have been on the bodies, not in the house, on the bodies. So 5 samples of unknown DNA on the bodies, or across all 4 bodies. So we've got swamp and evidence, clarified by judgment. And the Empress. One of them was pregnant. One of them was pregnant, and it was, I feel like it was one of the parents that absolutely insisted that information would never be made public knowledge. And the reason they didn't want it to be public knowledge, because they wanted their child's dignity preserved. Obviously, I need to find out who it is. I jump immediately to Kaylee, but then I think, why wouldn't she have told me? Unless she didn't know, but then I don't believe that either. Then it makes sense that she wouldn't know, because she was out drinking. I don't know. It's another thing I've got to dig into and find out. It actually might mean, sorry, before I jump the gun, it might mean that there's evidence that this person has been pregnant in the past. Okay, so I need to clear that up. It may not be that they were pregnant at the time. It may be that there was evidence of them having been pregnant in the past. So, okay, that could also calm things down a bit. So skull, sorry, next one is status, false promises, and I'm sorry. So let me remind you what these cards say. Social standing is very important to me. I'm only interested when you're elevating my image. False promises. I will tell you what I think you want to hear, even if I know it's not true or attainable. And then I'm sorry, I feel terrible about what I did and I owe you an apology. I don't even know if this is her, you know, it doesn't feel quite right. It doesn't feel like it's her energy. It doesn't feel like she's this cold-hearted, callous woman. But this does. The sorry card does. This feels like her. She's sorry about something. Clarified by the Page of Swords reversed. She's sorry about something. It's something to do with one of the girls, either Maddie or Kaylee. And the Six of Pentacles reversed. Something to do with organs being missing, or what I'm getting straight away. I got organ donation, but it's ended up being like this. This bone of contention, which may or may not be nefarious, because it feels like two parents, one said one thing and the other one said the opposite. When they've been asked, are you, you know, been asked, do you want to donate your child's organs, whatever. One of them said yes and the other one said no, and neither one of them knew what the other one had said, and they've gone ahead and done it because they've gone on the, why would they ask two parents at two different times? It doesn't make sense. But one of the girls, donated organs, and I don't know who, father or mother, was incensed because they'd said no, whereas the other parent had said yes. So it's difficult to know whether or not this was, you know, a deliberate act or whether it was an actual result of crossed wires. Do you think you'd have to sign something and all that kind of thing? It doesn't feel right. I don't know. But this, I'm sorry, if it's got anything to do with Kathy Mabbott, she's so sorry that this happened. But then these other two cards about I'm only interested in you making me look good is something to do with the parents, weirdly. I don't know, it's so weird. Then we have skull and gin. Clarified by the 10 of Pentacles reversed. King of Swords. So someone, one of the victims, maybe it's the victim that had the most severe injuries, and one of those injuries feels like literally like their head was caved in because of money, because of a direct link to money being taken, stolen, lost. And they would have been the child of the person responsible for that. And the person, the parent is the King of Swords. So, I mean, masculine, you'd say it's masculine energy, but not always. If it's a woman, then it's a strong, powerful woman to a certain extent. Possibly an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be, can be their rising sign. Or is this her? Is this her, Kathy herself? Someone tell me, and I don't know, that there might not actually be an answer to this. But you know, when you see people sitting there, like apparently in a relaxed position with this, is this meant to be the Illuminati, symbol for the Illuminati? This. I don't know if it's Illuminati, but something like Masons, but something along that, like secret society kind of energy. So many people are linked to this particular stuff thing that they you'll see them doing it. There's some people in this case. I saw doing it the other day and I was like, whoa, okay. I think the last person I saw doing it was the last reading, which was Mr. DF. Don't ask me to say the name, guys. Don't ask me to say the name, but he's one of them. And I don't know what the society is. I don't know what the secret society is, but there's something that so many people linked to this, and that's why there'll be coroners, there'll be lawyers, there'll be attorneys, there'll be police officers, there'll be lecturers, you name it. If they're all part of this thing, that's what one of the things that binds them. And then we've got, this crime will be solved in the distant future, and dating history or killer knew of victim. clarified by the King of Cups. Seven of Pentacles reversed. So what do I always think when I get the King of Cups in this? I always think of Steve G. I don't even know what his zodiac is. I just think it's King. I don't know why. It's like Steve G every time. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Something not going to plan. It's like something, if this has got anything to do, if this is him, it's almost like he knew something was going down that night. He knew it. He knew like how it was going to be staged, what was going to happen. However, it did not go the way he was told it was going to go. And I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't have been sitting there planning and helping them along with the unaliving of his own daughter. And I think that's one of the things that was never meant to happen. It's so interesting because I'd like to know at the time when Dylan invited Kaylee back that weekend, which was unplanned, where was Steve at that time? Was he there while it was happening, or did he find out after the event? Was it one of those situations where, you know, oh, where's, you know, talking to Christy, where's Kaylee? Oh, she's gone back to Moscow because she's been invited to be Dylan's +1. If it happened like that, I'd love to have seen Steve's face because I would have seen the colour draining from his face. And I almost get the feeling he would have been there. When I say been there, I don't mean he was there at the time it was happening. But it's like when it happened, he tried to get hold of Kaylee. He couldn't get hold of Kaylee. And he drove over. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve was in Moscow. I don't actually know if they live in Moscow, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was around near the house quite early in the morning. What car does he drive? I want to know what car Mr. G drives. That's interesting. Yeah. God, there's so much to unpack in this reading. What do I think about Kathy? I'm not sure. I don't think she's squeaky clean. I think she might have been involved in underground stuff before, but not to this extent. And I do feel like she only dealt with two of the victims. I don't know. That's all I'm seeing is she only dealt with two of the victims. I don't know who did the other two, but I don't feel like it was her. Even if she put her name to it, I don't think it was her. So I'm going to leave it there. And as always, thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement, and your engagement that I return to you tenfold. See you next time. Enjoy the journey.